Hey folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Glad to be with you. BangTheBook.com as we're talking about college football, and we're going to focus on the Big Ten Conference preview. Let's dive right in, and we start in the East with Indiana head coach Tom Allen. He's got a new offensive coordinator here in DeBoer, who comes over from Fresno State, and that's a program that's had great success recently, plus a new defensive coordinator, and the D has to improve here. Really dropped off last year. The good news is plenty of experience for this Indiana club. Moving on to Maryland. Mike Loxley, you get a new head coach here. And it's the fourth coach in 4 years here for Maryland. Comes over from Alabama, where he was the offensive coordinator there. New defensive coordinator as well than John Hoke. He comes in here to Maryland with NFL coaching experience. But they did lose a lot to graduation. And this is showing all signs of being a really complete rebuild at Maryland. Michigan, you get the senior quarterback, Shea Patterson's coming back, but this poor kid has never had the same offensive coordinator. Time after time after time, he gets a new offensive coordinator. This time around, it's Josh Gaddis, who comes over from Alabama. Season win total here for Michigan, 9.5 over $1.50. They're going to employ an up-tempo, no-huddle offense, and they've got terrific wide receivers, which will help in that vein. But I'll tell you what you need. If you're running a no-huddle offense, you got to have offensive linemen that are in shape, and Michigan does face a very tough schedule. Michigan State, number one defense in the country last year. They get the stud linebacker Joe Bachi back, and All-American defensive lineman Kenny Wilkes. 7.5 is the season win total here. Over under 7.5, minus a dime either way. You're sitting here with Mark D'Antonio, 11 win seasons in 5 of the last 6 years. They lost a lot. There's going to be work to do, but you can't knock what should be a great defense and a good head coach. Might be a team you play under the total in a lot of games this year. New head coach at Ohio State with Ryan Day, but no one's fazed by this. Season win total 10 under $1.20. Get a Georgia Tech transfer quarterback here with Justin Fields coming over, who has big shoes to fill, replacing Dwayne Haskins off to the NFL. Favorable schedule. They get Michigan State, Penn State, and Wisconsin at home. And their stud running back, J.K. Dobbins, is back. Could be another fun year for Ohio State. You know they get great recruits year in, year out. Penn State, boy, they were gutted by graduation. McSorley's gone. There's just not much experience here. You get a fifth-year quarterback in Tommy Stevens, replacing Trace McSorley. James Franklin's going to earn his dough here, and he faces a brutal schedule. Season win totals at 9. Could be tough sledding in Happy Valley. Rutgers, head coach Chris Ash, 1-11 last year. The quarterback Artur Sitkowski did get some experience last year. That'll help a little bit. They should be able to move the ball, but the offense has been a disaster, and they've got a long, long way to go to get back to respectability. All right, let's go to the West. Illinois, Lovie Smith's the head coach. The D was so bad, Lovie Smith's taken over defensive coordinator duties. He had a really solid recruiting class, and 25 underclassmen got significant experience last year in a 4-8 campaign. They should be a lot better this year. The offense improved, D regressed. Lovie Smith thinks he can fix that by taking over the duties on the defensive side of the ball. In Iowa, another year for Kirk Ferentz, been there forever. Senior quarterback Nate Stanley, 31 points a game he was able to produce last year, but he loses that dynamic tight end duo of Hawkinson and Fant that were drafted in the first round of the NFL. 7th in total defense. They are the ball Hawkeyes. 41 interceptions for this team the last 2 years. The D line lost a lot, but still, it's Iowa's brand of football, cause turnovers. Minnesota, a lot of youth on display in 2018. P.J. Fleck could be ready to get this thing going in the right direction here. I think it's a program ready to roll. Most everyone is back. Quarterback Zach Anistad is a sophomore. He got experience. I think P.J. Fleck started to put a stamp on this program. Look out. Nebraska, Scott Frost, his second year. They started slow, but they finished fast in 2018. They beat Ohio State, Northwestern, and Iowa on the road. The quarterback, Adrian Martinez, a sophomore, should take a step forward. The defense did take a hit through graduation, however. Northwestern, 9 wins in 2018 and a bowl win. Head coach Pat Fitzgerald knows what he's doing, but he lost his quarterback. The one thing you should know about this Northwestern team, They've always been a good underdog, but they will burn your money when they are sent to post as a favorite. Purdue head coach Jeff Brom didn't go back to Louisville. He sticks it out here. He's got a stud wide receiver, now a sophomore, 144 receptions for Rondell Moore, returns kicks, Mr. Everything, but there's just not much experience. But I would say this with Brom, I think this is a team that will improve later in the season. And finally, Wisconsin, 8.5, over $1.35 the season win total here. Lots of young talent on display here. The quarterback, Alex Hornerbrook, went to Florida State. They've got the stud running back in Jonathan Taylor. But know this, Wisconsin figures it out. They have won 5 straight bowl games. Always expect power, physicality from the offensive line, and you've got the running back. Should be another solid season for Wisconsin. Can they overachieve and really make some noise here in the Big Ten? Fun talking college football with you again. Always fun to do it here at bangthebook.com. Follow me at Brian Blessing. Listen to the Sports Betting Podcast with our buddy Adam Burke as we're gearing up for another fun college football season.